In this video, I'm going to show you how to clean up data for verbal behavior goals. And so the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that everything that has been mastered is reflected here within where you put your data points. And so for the first stimulus, we can see that the first cold probe, the client did not exhibit the correct verbal behavior, and so zeros were input on February 16th. Had the client exhibit the correct verbal behavior and a 1 was input on February 16th, what you're going to want to do is select that box, press Control on your keyboard, and select the stimulus. And you're going to highlight that or fill in the box with yellow to show that on the first cold probe, the client performed the correct verbal behavior. That's not the case here, so I'm just going to change it back to what it was. So if they don't show the correct verbal behavior on the first cold probe, you're going to fill in the box with yellow on the third consecutive correct verbal behavior. And so for this stimulus right here, we see there was a 1 on the 22nd, a 1 on March 10th, and then the third consecutive one is on the 16th of March. And so as you can see, the RBT or the therapists highlighted or filled in the box with yellow here, as with the corresponding stimulus. For this particular stimulus here, we see the first cold probe was a 0, as well as with the second and the third. On the 5th, there's a 1. So now we're going to try to see if there's going to be 3 consecutive ones. And we don't see that here. And so then you'll start over. So you'll start with this one and try to look for the third consecutive one from this data point, because there was an interruption between these two. And so as you can see, we have the third consecutive one here on April 1st, and whoever was plotting in data on this day highlighted that as yellow, as well as with the corresponding stimulus. And so that's how you clean up data within the cold probe. The next thing you're going to want to do after the treatment for authorization period has ended is you're going to want to go back through your cold probe and see how many have been mastered per month. And all that really consists of is counting how many yellow boxes you have. And so we didn't have anything mastered in January and February. So let's start with March. If you highlight all of the dates in March, this is what makes it easier for me to see where the mastered stimuli are. We can see that there have only been 3 mastered stimuli. So once you have that number, you're going to go to the cumulative recording of mastered tab. And if the dates aren't in there, just type them in, and then you're going to type in how many were mastered. So in March we had 3, and then usually in this column here, if let's say the data point starts there, what you're going to do is you'll just drag it down, and then it should fill in the rest of that for you. And then that's pretty much it for cleaning up data.